So as we heard, it's now less than a month left to go until the general election. This means making the process fair and justice matters the most as always. Tonight, we take a look at how deepfakes can be a threat to democracy and what's being done to address concerns. Our political correspondent Lee Shi-hoo joins me in the studio. Welcome, Shi-hoo.
Hi, Jungmin.
So, Shi-hoo, tell us more about deepfake technology, why and how it's a threat.
So the deepfake refers to synthetic manipulated content that convincingly generates other person's image and sounds, and they sometimes create images that do not exist in real life as well. This use and abuse of technology is on the rise with recent advances in machine learning and artificial intelligence. Now, it's not just South Korea, but countries all around the world that are paying attention to this technology right now because of its potential to be abused to instill fake images and perspectives of politicians. Recently, in January, a deepfake voice of U.S. President Joe Biden was used to deceive voters and discourage support for Biden and the Democratic Party. Let's listen to the actual recording that was used in deceptive phone calls ahead of New Hampshire's primary election.
We know the value of voting Democratic when our votes count. It's important that you save your vote for the November election.
And South Korea is not immune from these kinds of manipulation either. While not exactly AI-generated deepfake, a manipulated video showing a fake President Yoon Suk-yeol's speech surfaced on social media last month. And unfortunately, there may be more examples of abuse as we get closer to the election.
Well, no wonder why people are saying seeing is not believing anymore. Then how are we responding to this deepfake content?
Right, so back in December, the National Assembly actually revised what's called the State Public Officials Act to ban the misuse of deepfakes in election campaigns. And beginning in January, all campaign efforts using deepfakes have been banned. The National Election Commission has formed a nearly 60-person monitoring team with AI experts in the private sector. Tech giants Naver, Kakao, SK Communications, and others recently adopted a joint declaration to prevent deepfake abuse. The Korea Internet Corporations Association, of which these companies are members, said that the companies will work together to quickly detect and respond to deepfake technology during the election. Now, this follows a voluntary accord signed last month by global big tech companies pledging to fight deceptive AI-generated content interfering with elections going around the world. 20 tech companies, including Amazon, Google, and Microsoft, during the Munich Security Conference, vowed to work together to combat deepfake content to safeguard what they call the integrity of electoral processes.
And Shi-hoo, I hear the Korean police is gearing up to do more to detect deceptive content.
Right. The National Office of Investigation, which is under the National Police Agency, actually recently developed a new software program to better detect deepfakes during the election. It differs from existing programs in that it's optimal for detecting mimicry of South Korean features. Listen in.
Most existing models were produced overseas and consist of Western-oriented data. For this reason, there was a problem of poor detection rates for images synthesized for Koreans. The software developed this time has greatly improved the detection rate for Koreans by learning various data related to Koreans.
The police say that they will continue to advance their detection tools not only for the election, but also for other crimes.
And there must be additional efforts from the public.
Right. So a professor I spoke to who studies AI security and ethics says that there must be more that needs to be done by the public as well. Listen into what he said.
The problem is that some enthusiastic supporters may use deepfakes and other supporters spread them rapidly. This is more dangerous in a day or two before election day because the victim of deepfake news has no time to rebuttal.
He says that the voters, when faced with new content, should pause for a few seconds and ask themselves whether it's real or not.
In the age of AI, it is becoming increasingly difficult to distinguish between what is real and what is fake. We need to be more vigilant about deepfakes and take a firm stance against the illegal uses of deepfakes. Such a public debate may help clarify and minimize legal sanctions.
Professor Kim highlighted that timely prevention is key, especially during the general elections, where the results can change just by some 100 votes in certain districts.
Right, thank you for your report today, Shi-hoo.
Thank you.